So, you're planning your first trip to Nepal? That is amazing! We're going to go through everything you need to know to turn you from, a first-timer into a super confident traveler ready for an adventure you are absolutely never going to forget.
And this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? This is exactly what it's all about. We were talking about everything from the highest peaks of the Himalayas all the way down to these ancient, incredible temples just buzzing with history. It's got it all. So, that's the million-dollar question, right? How do you make it truly special? See, it's not just about showing up. It's about really connecting with the place. And that's what we're here to break down. This is your key to unlocking the best possible experience.
All right, first things first, and honestly, this is the most important part. The local culture. Understanding and respecting the customs in Nepal, well, it isn't just about being polite. It's the foundation, the starting point for every single good thing that's going to happen to you on your trip.
Okay, so what we're looking at here are some really simple rules, but they are so powerful. On the left, a huge do. Dress modestly. Just means covering your shoulders and knees, especially when you're visiting temples. And always take your shoes off before going inside a temple or someone's home. It's a huge sign of respect. And on the right, a big don't. Those religious artifacts and statues, they're sacred, not souvenirs. So, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Let's keep building on that. The first point here is so important. Always ask before you take someone's picture. Seriously, a smile and just pointing to your camera goes a really long way. Next up is a fascinating detail. Use your right hand for pretty much everything. Giving, taking, eating. The left hand is traditionally seen as unclean. And finally, a good tip for anywhere you travel, really. Just steer clear of tricky political or religious topics. It keeps all your conversations friendly and positive. All right, so you've got that cultural foundation locked in. Now let's pivot to the practical stuff. We're going to talk about staying smart, staying safe, and just making sure your trip goes as smoothly as possible.
Think of this slide as your pre-trip checklist for just a hassle-free adventure. Using licensed guides and official taxis, that's not just about safety. It's about making sure you're supporting the local economy in the right way. And that tip about agreeing on prices beforehand, it's not about being argumentative, it's just about being clear so there are no surprises later. Oh, and trust me on the cash. Once you get outside the big cities, Nepali rupees are king. Your credit card won't do you much good in a small village shop.
And now for one of my favorite topics, the food. You are going to see dal bhat literally everywhere, and for very good reason. This isn't just a meal, it's the fuel of Nepal. Just picture it, a big plate of fluffy rice with this delicious, warm lentil soup poured right over it, and you've got these amazing vegetable curries on the side. It's what powers trekkers through the Himalayas. They even have a saying, dal bhat power, 24-hour. It's an absolute must-try.
So while we're on the topic of things you're putting in your body, this one is non-negotiable. Your stomach just isn't used to the local water, so you got to stick to bottled or properly filtered water. Period. And look, the street food is incredible and you should try it, but maybe ease into it. If you have a sensitive stomach, stick with cooked foods at first, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, let's shift gears now to what draws so many of us to Nepal in the first place, that absolutely jaw-dropping nature and the call of the mountains. This is where being prepared is everything.
These 4 steps you see here, they're not just suggestions. They are the golden rules for trekking at high altitude. Number 1, go slow. It is not a race to the top. That flows right into number 2, acclimatize. That just means you need to build rest days into your trek as you go higher. Number 3, hydrate. The air gets really dry up there and you lose way more water than you think. And finally, the most important rule of all, listen to your body. If you start to feel sick, that's your body telling you to stop, rest, or maybe even go down a bit. The mountain will still be there tomorrow.
When you're surrounded by all this incredible beauty, you have a real responsibility to help protect it. The main idea here is super simple. Leave no trace. Carrying a reusable water bottle is such a small thing, but it makes a massive difference in cutting down on plastic waste. Basically, whatever you pack in with you, you have to pack out.
And here are just a few more essential rules for the trail. Those paths are marked for a reason, to keep you safe and to protect the landscape from erosion, so stick to them. And that last point about the weather, please do not underestimate it. You can start the day in sunshine in a t-shirt and be in a freezing blizzard a few hours later. You have to be prepared for anything.
So, you've been respectful, you've been smart on the trail, you've been safe. Now, we get to talk about the reward, the payoff for all that preparation, the incredible, unforgettable memories you're about to make.
This is the really fun stuff. Nepal is so much more than just mountains. I mean, can you imagine paragliding, soaring like a bird over the beautiful lakes in Pokhara? Or heading south to Chitwan National Park and going on a jungle safari to spot rhinos? And if you time your trip right, getting to be part of a local festival is just pure joy and color.
You know, when you boil it all down, everything we've talked about comes back to this one simple, powerful idea. Every single tip, from taking off your shoes to carrying out your trash, it's all part of the same mindset. If you travel with respect and an open heart, Nepal will open itself up to you and give you the adventure of a lifetime.
So as you start planning, just think about that. What's your first story going to be? Is it going to be about the kindness of a stranger you met in a tea house, or that moment you saw Mount Everest for the very first time? The adventure is out there, just waiting for you to write it.